Hey, happy Monday, everybody. I'm sitting here with Barry Roberts, the head softball coach at Louisiana College. And how you doing today, Barry?
Doing great, Brigham. Thanks.
Well, awesome, man. Wanted to take the time today just to get to know you a little bit, highlight Louisiana College softball and, talk some travel too. So my first question is, how did you get into coaching?
Well, it's not a storybook way that it happened. I took a job teaching high school science at Robertsdale High School, and when the principal hired me, that's one thing she told me in the interview, that if I was going to teach there, I would need to coach. And I started out as an assistant football coach, and then that led into coaching softball, and eventually I coached baseball for a little while. I coached swimming, volleyball, did a number of things there. But I spent 12 very fun and successful years at Robertsdale High School, and then was blessed with the opportunity to come to Louisiana College and coach softball here. I've been here for 2 years now. Well, one year and a COVID year,
Yeah.
but this has been a lot of fun. Great support, administration, and the kids have been just amazing here.
So awesome. Well, you know, why do you coach? And maybe a better question is, what are you trying to pass down to the next generation?
Well, coaching for me, is uh, honestly, it's a way. And this is the selfish part of it. It's a way for me to continue to compete. I've always loved competition. I've always loved being part of a team and in a team setting. And coaching allows me to do that. But what I try to do with kids, because I know what being a part of a team and overcoming adversity and competition and those types of things have done for me. I try to provide that atmosphere and that avenue and that platform for kids to come in and be able to compete, be able to overcome adversity, and be able to be a part of a team. And hopefully, it will bless their lives the way it has mine.
Hmm. So yeah, can I kind of changing gears now? How has travel impacted you?
Well, I've been very fortunate. I refereed Division One women's basketball for 31 years, and I traveled extensively all throughout the U.S. and abroad. I've also traveled as a softball coach throughout the U.S. and abroad. And I think what it's done for me personally is it's given me a true appreciation for the uniqueness that we all have as individuals, whether that's a uniqueness here in the States or in the state of Louisiana here, which I've only lived here for 2 years now. But this state has three very distinct cultures just within one state. And I think when you start expanding that worldwide, it's very good to have an appreciation for people's uniqueness,
Hmm.
and I think that's what makes our society as great as it is that uniqueness, and it's given me a different respect for that I don't think I had until I matured and had traveled a lot.
Yep. Well, kind of going along those same lines, we work with high school kids that are, they all want to go to the next level and play in college. Now, how does traveling overseas help a kid in the college recruiting process?
Well, honestly, I think that aspect of this often gets overlooked. Uh, I'm treading lightly here. Parents and therefore kids are a lot of times are led to believe that it's more about the games you play and who's watching them and that kind of thing. And I'll speak for myself, but I feel like most college coaches are going to be pretty similar in their thought process here. I Within 10 or 15 minutes of watching a kid, I can tell if they have a skill set that is something we're looking for, whether that be in a particular position or whatever. uh, 10 or 15 minutes of watching that kid, I've got a pretty good idea. And I think at that point, most of us turn to the intangibles, or what I call the intangibles. You know, how are they with their teammates? How are they going to be when they get away from home? You know, if you look up and mom's bringing Kool-Aid to the dugout every half inning, or dad's going to the car or to the sporting goods store because we didn't get our mask, they're probably not going to do real well uh, away from home. That being one of the intangibles. How are they going to respond to different teammates and different coaches, and that kind of thing? Those are the kind of things that most of us spend a lot of time trying to evaluate and look at. The platform that America's team gives these kids will certainly help them with that, because they're going to be away from home. They're going to be with new coaches and new teammates, and going to have to adjust pretty quick, because you know the way that system's set up, there's not a lot of time to get to know each other. There's not a lot of time to practice. We got to go out and play at a pretty high level right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with those intangibles, this platform that you guys give them is invaluable. uh, I think that, you know, we spend a lot of time playing a lot of time limit games on a Saturday afternoon, and we think that's the only way to get noticed. And yes, it is important. And yes, you do evaluate talent there, but it doesn't take long till you start looking at those intangibles that I mentioned.
Yep. And when you're out on the road recruiting, what is your ideal player?
Well, there's a lot of attributes there. You know, I think that that player, one, responds to adversity well. That player is humble and appreciative of opportunities they're given. You know, parents spend a lot of money, coaches spend a lot of time to help these kids, and you see a kid that's appreciative of that. That's important. But most of all, for me, I look for kids that seem to be a sponge. They're wanting to soak up all the information they can. This kid is typically one that is burning the internet up on rainy days, looking for drills or watching another player who's been very successful and learning their game. Uh, you know, we don't practice and teach the game and strategies and that kind of thing as well as we should. I don't think we spend a lot of time playing. And being an educator, I make this analogy with people all the time. If as educators, we went in and all we did was give tests, no lecture, no notes, no studying, no labs, nothing, just come in and give tests. How smart would we be able to expect our students to be? And I look at softball the same way. The games are the tests. And if we've not prepared players, and players have not prepared themselves for the test, the game, how can we expect them to do well? And I think that gets lost sometimes.
Yep. So my final question is, what are you looking forward to the most on your upcoming tour?
Well, to be honest with you, changing lives through sports. And that's America's team's slogan, and that's what I look forward to. That's what drives me as a coach and a mentor, and I'm looking forward to that. I know we've got a really good group of players. I know a lot of them, have communicated with most of them, and I'm looking forward to working with them. The supporters that are going, looking forward to getting to know them and the other coaches. And we're going to go and play softball at a pretty high level. But I think more important really than that is we're going to have build some relationships that will last us a lifetime. We will experience cultural and educational opportunities that you can't experience in a classroom on a ball field or court or whatever. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm mostly looking forward to.
Well, awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks again for taking time out of your day to, let us get to know you a little bit better and, Louisiana College. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Brigham. Enjoyed it.
You bet.
All right, man.